Hello, my dear friends, my dear audiences. Welcome to the East-West Show. Jack Chow once again on the show talking about something that is not politics related. Once in a blue moon, when they are not very busy, I always try to kind of like spice it up, right, by bringing some subject which is not politics related, especially the extreme politics related. Those are kind of my head scratch all the time. Yes, today we're talking about film/Hollywood. In other words, film and Hollywood. People used to say Hollywood film, film Hollywood, they tend to be one thing. But during these years, especially after having seen the major productions, the major hits of Hollywood for the past 1 decade, right, if not longer, kind of you decided to separate them. Film is a film, Hollywood is Hollywood. Hollywood stand may be for a style, some celebrity, some kind of half-naked woman, that's it, right? And film is one thing, more serious. Agree with me or not, I will check with my guests today. Speaking of my guests, I have the honor to be visited by a wonderful young man. You are very young, right?
Yes.
All right, thank you for being young. It must be good. Must be good from being young, right?
Oh yeah.
Must be good. Right, good. Mr. Daniel Bruce Kelly,
Yes.
a director, this way, an actor and director and a producer. Am I right?
Yes.
Welcome to the show.
Thank you so much.
Very good, very good.
谢谢你们。
And also, I brought you somebody with a big name of audience. See? Okay, that's my dear friend, Evan Fu.
Right.
He is himself holding a big position in his business with sales director for high projects, high profile projects. And yet in life, you're an audience. Right? Like I said, everybody who has a set of mind which is right, who had a pair of eyes which can see, who has a pair of ears that can listen, could be audience, it could be my guest.
That's right.
And Evan, welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thank
Very
you, Jack.
You guys like my introduction already?
That's
yeah,
right.
that was great.
No, not in full, not in full. I want you, each of you, to describe yourself, okay, to introduce yourself. You can let the audience know everything about you, your details and everything, even privacy, or even your saving account number, so on and so forth. Right?
I don't know about that.
I will start with you or you.
Oh, it's up to you.
Okay, go ahead. Evan,
All right,
please.
all right.
Since you brought him here, right? Okay,
Yes,
sure,
yes.
the credit goes to you.
Yes. All right. Thank you, Jack. Hi, everybody. So my name is Evan. I will introduce myself. My last name is Fu. Because American people will easily to remember me because my last name is Fu.
Yeah, sure, being rich.
Yes.
Being rich.
Yes. For the Chinese, my last name standards have like pay the bill, right? So they always joke around
right.
me.
Good.
Well, you know, for me in this industry for almost 5 years, so I and my partners host our own the solar construction company for 3 years.
All right.
So basically, for my position, basically I will train the new people, especially, I train younger people, right, or the younger generations. But I training them, like teaching them, and also not only on the professional side, also how to meet people. Especially our value is enrich people their lives, not only our customer, also
But
our
you
employees.
are aware of the fact that I invited you to come here,
Yes.
not to share about your sales.
Oh no, I'm not. Okay.
We want to share about your take of films, right? As
Okay.
an audience, right?
Okay.
Okay, very good.
Well, basically better for me to introduce this guy.
Just tell me how many films you see on a weekly basis.
Wow, like film weekly at least once. Like
Good.
Yeah, I
good,
go
good.
to movie
You're
theater.
close. I do too.
Once per month. Yeah.
Once per month.
Yes, movie theater. But I watch movie at home.
All right, very good.
Yeah,
Very
and
good.
especially for me, how I met like Daniel. Because we attended the Oscar event, the
I
Oscar
see.
night. We have all hosted together an after party.
Okay.
So Daniel was the one, entertainment people.
I see.
I was the one to entertain these guys.
I see,
Yeah,
I
basically what I did is at the event, I was doing the operational. And
I
during
see.
the flow control, we hosted like 200 people.
Oh, you're everything.
Yeah. Well, that's
Probably someday, somewhere, somehow,
Yeah.
you and I we can work on something,
sure.
some project. We do have projects.
Mhm.
We have a film festival coming up November. This coming November, the 13th anniversary of the Chinese American Film Festival. I mentioned to you, right? Okay, now so much for you so far. We'll be ready for next. Okay. And Kelly, Mr. Kelly.
Yes.
So, what's up with you?
Everything. Thank you once again for having me on the show. Zhao Shang Hao. Good morning.
Good,
morning,
good. That's
everyone.
beautiful Chinese already.
我说一点点中文.
Oh yeah, that's good. That's even better.
I actually studied Chinese at Mingchuan Daxue, 在 Taiwan. And you know, I love the Chinese culture. 我真的爱中文. You know, I really like Chinese, and
Thank you.
and one day I actually plan to be in the entertainment industry in China as well. China as well as Taiwan. But
Probably I should consider giving you a role,
I
a
would love
Chinese
to.
speaking role.
That would be great.
Yeah, that'd be great, right? Go ahead, go ahead.
Well, I actually started acting at about the age of 16, and then I was first a dancer, and then I transitioned into acting.
I see.
You know, I love acting. I love playing different roles. I'm also a producer, actor, producer, writer. I have my own production company. It's called Wait For It Productions.
Wait for?
Yes, like wait for it.
Wait for it.
Like wait for it, and go.
Awaiting, awaiting.
yeah.
Yeah, waiting.
Awaiting, awaiting. Okay.
Yes.
All right, good, good. Go ahead, go ahead.
So basically, we do a lot of short comedy sketches. We do a lot of short films, and we're transitioning into film now. You can find us on YouTube, social media, different platforms.
Why you name it waiting? Waiting for, wait for.
Wait For It was just a name that was given to one of our directors, and it just kind of stuck. You know, when you think of, you know, YouTube videos and, you know, short films, if you put Wait For It, it just kind of builds the anticipation. You know, you're like, okay, wait for it. Okay, here we go.
Yeah, right. To be continued.
To be continued, exactly.
To be continued.
Exactly.
And it might have a deeper connotation because you're starting today, so wait for tomorrow, right? Something
Yes.
like that. All right, very good. And my dear audience, the pleasure is all mine to have these two young men here to discuss about film, right? Now it goes here goes with my question. List of questions, right, something like that. And I don't want to give you lots of quizzes and stuff. I just want to chat with you. Why do you pick up that film acting as a profession?
Well, acting, I have a lot of different things I really love to do. You know, I want to do martial arts. I want to do a whole bunch of different.
You do stunt?
I would like to very soon. I would like to do some
Okay.
stunts like Jackie Chan or.
Sure.
But there's a lot of different things that I love to do. Sports, but you know, acting gives me a way, a channel to be able to do everything all at once. And
I see. Okay, very good, very good. So you have done some short, right?
yes, short
and
films.
you were kind of shifting yourself to feature length
exactly.
fiction stories, like that,
Exactly.
right? Okay, very good. And Evan,
Yes.
when you watch a film, what are you watching? It's a simple question in a difficult way, or a difficult question in a simple way to answer.
For me, like the most attractive through the movie or film, the story.
The story.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
The stories
Okay.
bring me like you know, let my emotions like up and down. You know, I'm more like a big part of the story. That's gave me like the strong, very like good feeling of the experiencing the stories.
All right,
Yeah.
all right. Thank you for echoing with me. Because I, for several times, when I do a show, do the discussion, the film discussion, I emphasize on the fact that I like to hear people say that they are there for the story. Right? Of course, they are there for the excitement. Right? Sometimes even the chair rocks.
Yes, that's true.
Remember? And then there's kind of moisture coming around.
Yeah.
The sound, of course, let alone the song, right? Okay, now, what is the essence that you remembered you do not necessarily remember the frequencies of chair rocking. Right? Is it by 8 or 8.5? You don't do that. It is the story that you remember, right?
It's true.
And I like the fact that Evan says it without much of thinking, saying that, well, I think I'm there for a story. So, okay, same question to you. Why, I mean, was it the same thing for the same reason? Because there's a story in the film that you want to act? Or you feel kind of like, anyway. So, how do you tell the story?
Let's see. How do I tell a story? Usually a vision.
How do you tell your story?
Yeah, how do I tell my
your
story?
side of the story, yeah.
Usually I'll get a vision. An idea pops into my head. And like, for example, I wrote this script called Dreads. And it was about the hairstyle, different hairstyles that we have and how people react certain ways to different hair. So it's just something that came from my personal experience that I was able to relay into that.
All right, very good. All right, we are almost hitting the nails on the head.
Yeah.
We're probably now here, not on the head yet, but we're going there, right?
Absolutely.
Bear with me, we'll come back, we'll just pick up the head.
No problem.
My dear audience, today with two wonderful audiences, both of them are my dear friends. We have Evan Fu, and we have Bruce Kelly, and he is, you like his image, I like your image already. And this picture is really an artwork. And we're talking about film/Hollywood, or film and Hollywood, which is a specific, unique take that I want to take. All right. I believe people are not saying Hollywood in the way I do, but I do. Right. Now, let's take a very short moment out. When we come back, we'll pick up the head of the nail. Stay with us, please. Hello, my dear audience and lovely audiences. Welcome to the show. Welcome back to the show. Jack Chow's hosting with lots of pride. Today, joining me are two wonderful individuals. They are both my friends. We have Mr. Daniel Bruce Kelly, and wonderful actor, director, and producer, and working towards the big target for tomorrow. That's why he is awaiting.
Yes.
Okay, very
Wait
good.
for it.
All right, very good. And next to him is my friend Evan Fu. Even though he does something for a living elsewhere from film, but he's here as my special guest, invited here under the title of an audience. Right?
That's right.
Welcome, Mr. Audience. Okay, very
Thank
good.
you, Jack.
Last segment, the end, towards almost to approaching the end, I just laid a question saying that, what are you there in the film, in the theater for?
Yeah.
The answer is, I'm there for a story, right? And then the same question when asked to Mr. Kelly, the answer was, well, I like sometimes the story, and he even mentioned a story, a script that tells a story about hairstyle.
Yeah,
like that kind of
exactly.
thing, right?
That's right.
Yeah.
Problem number one. Problem number one, once you're on the set, even before you're on the set, in a traditional way, you were given the whole script. No matter how big, how small your role are or is, you're there doing your homework for a week, if not weeks, to read the whole script.
Yes.
And then you write something about the role that you're going to play, how it is related to the film, to the story, like that, right? Okay, now, that's the traditional way. The current way, the fashion way, the most prevailing way now is that you're given a role, okay, here's your line, okay, you have 5 lines. Okay, you walk into a door, there's a woman you bump into, you say, I'm sorry, sweetheart, and then looking at you says, it's okay, that's line 1, scene 1, or scene 2, he and she meet somewhere, do the line 2 or line 3. Why line 2? Why line 3? What happens during time interval? I don't care. You don't have to care.
Yeah.
Right. You just do your lines.
Exactly.
Okay. So you see what I'm saying, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do you see the meaning what I'm saying? What I'm saying?
Partly.
Okay. Do you see the meaning I'm saying?
Yes.
So what meaning? What do you see?
Well,
Yeah, come on.
all right.
I'm discussing, okay?
Yes, yes.
That
So-
even though I have a face that is looking so scary, I'm a kind man. I'm easy to deal with.
You're more like my middle school like professor asking
Oh
me
my
answer the
God!
question.
My
you
God.
know?
I used to hit them. Go ahead.
All right. Well, I believe you mentioned like the movie actors right now today. It's not like just follow the script like before, but they more like they can create their own roles, right? They have 1, 2, 3, 4 like
Okay, go ahead.
the scripts, and they can choose by their own like like their own characters or their own like willing to choose like which one for them is
That's
better.
one
Is there
direction.
yeah.
That's one direction. What do you read of my statement?
I mean, there's different ways that you can prepare for, whatever lines that you have. Kind of like what Evan was saying, you can kind of create your own. Just because someone gives you words doesn't mean that you have to say it exactly like it says it. You can put a little creativity to it. You can put a little improv.
right.
You can do it. Like for me, I like a lot of improvisation. I like to put my own twist to certain lines that are given to me.
Okay. That's also a good take. Right, and that's also a good take. And between the two takes, which are familiar to each other, do you think it's necessary for, even though a small role, to understand how the roles related in the whole story?
Absolutely.
You do think so, right?
I mean, I would say the small roles. I mean, you have to be able to know the small roles to be able to know the bigger picture.
All right, okay. And I even heard rumors about the fact that the bigger the role, the bigger the actor, or should I say, the bigger the name,
Yes.
the less homework they do. They don't do homework. They don't need to do homework, right?
I feel like they still do homework.
They do?
Even the big names, they still have acting coaches. Like if you do a lot of research, and I know some people that know of those A-list actors, right?
All right.
And they put a lot of time in their studies. They even have acting classes that they take. So
Okay.
regardless, it's still a
All right, good, very good. All right.
process.
And I even heard, even worse scenario, say that you speak for 30 seconds, here's the camera, whatever you do, just to say something angrily.
Wow.
A word, the only instruction, the only direction word is say something angrily.
Yeah,
Angrily, all right? Here's the camera. And then they do the dubbing.
absolutely.
They like that. And then they do the dubbing. There's no line at all. This is true, Mr. Fu.
Okay.
It happens with lots of episodes, TV episodes in the Chinese production. That's what they do.
Okay.
They give it to the camera for 32 seconds, right? Say something angrily. No line, something like that. That's misleading the industry, right? Okay, now, that's as much as I want to share with you what people my age think about film, right? So, do you think at your age, you want to go your own ways, or you believe there's something you can borrow from my generation?
I mean, I feel like I can definitely borrow something from your generation. I mean, I love to learn, from past experiences. I mean, that's how we can grow and change, right? But I would like to put my own twist to the entertainment industry. For me, I'm really into God and faith. So I like to kind of have stories that portray that as well, to portray my faith and what I believe in. Put my own twist to it.
I see. Are you helping him at all?
Not really.
Not really, right?
Not really.
Okay.
Not
okay.
yet.
No.
Not yet. Okay. All right. So the film discussion is quite in large range. It could be about a specific point of acting, or it could be about a whole film, whole story. You're talking about you create your own way of acting, right? My problem is that when you wear a costume or even the facial that covers you as a human already, right? That makes you not, well, doesn't make you do not look at human already.
Yeah.
You're not talking about even the facial expression.
Yeah.
You see my point?
I do.
You want me to give you examples? For example, Avatar. Was there any facial expression? No, same thing.
Yeah.
Everyone that does that, right?
Yeah.
There's no facial expression necessary. So that's quite a challenge. Am I right?
Yeah.
A young man who is wait for it.
Exactly.
Do you realize that as a challenge? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Okay. Maybe too profound.
No. That was a great question. I would say, for me, no. You know, I like this. So some people there's films and then there's movies that people always talk about.
Ah, yeah. All right.
You know,
Good point.
So the films, you know, you might see more of that, like the costumes, the makeup. But for the movies, you just have that actor, right? That actor is that actor. However they portray that role is how they portray it, and then you go from there. Like for me, I tend to do a lot of, you know, that role that is specifically designated for who I am as a person.
All right. Okay. All right. Very good. Very good. What kind of style? I mean, what kind of taste are yours when you're watching films? You want watch actions? You tend to tilt to drama, or romance, or suspension, whatever.
I'm just a normal Asian guy.
Uh-huh.
So like, I don't know, not romance.
All right, no romance. Okay.
Yeah, sometimes, yeah, maybe ladies want to watch like romance together, but for me, more like, you know, action. Yeah. As a Chinese,
Action always good, right?
Yeah, but definitely I'm the fan of Jackie Chan. You know, definitely Bruce Lee. So action movie is really fun, and I used to play judo. So yeah, I'm a fan of like a fighting kind of stuff.
Okay, good. You're what kind of belt?
Not really, just basic. Yeah, just play for fun. Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm definitely into the acting.
I know you're ready to fly. You're fully fledged, and you have quite some good production of short yourself. Towards where to go next, right? If I may ask you this question. Say, what do you want to do, and what do you want Hollywood to do?
It's a great question. I actually, it's kind of deep. I'm going to get a little deep for you guys, but you know, I'm a man of God. I'm also a pastor, a minister.
Good for you. God bless you. I'm a Christian.
Amen.
Amen. Yeah, all right.
Yesu I woman. So you know, as far as that goes, you know, I want people to really experience God through a lot of the films and through my acting. You know, actually, I would love for people to feel the actual presence of God even in my performances. You know, this is kind of deep, but I would love for people to be even supernaturally healed, even through my acting, dancing, performing. And most people are kind of, you know, don't really know how real it can be, especially faith in God, whatever. But I would love for Hollywood to really be Hollywood at one point. I would like better content created that really bring people closer to God and just closer to who God originally intended them to be.
That's quite a challenge, Mr. Fu. There is an argument that I've been discussing with my friends, with my guests here. Some say films are films. Film are just entertainment, right? As long as to make people feel good, job done, right? Some disagree, saying that films are supposed to tell positive stories, because they have to face the young people, which is our future, and you got a teaching job to do, right? So where do you tilt? Which way do you tilt?
For me, wow. I would say like a lot of there's I believe I had a conversation before with many people, right? Is do we do the things to please people, or to do something with a purpose.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So definitely what I see, because my job is to deal with the people.
Okay.
So I
Yeah,
find
yeah,
out doesn't matter. I try how hard, like 200%, to trying to make this person or several person to satisfy. It's hard. It's not possible make everybody like you, right? However, so till the when I growing up, when I see it, what I find out, like you're not going to be possible. However, I have my purpose to live a life which is I can feel like I am who I am. Okay. Also to the movie, like the films. That's one thing is the stories make me the one thing attractive. A good movie can attract me, my spirit. Like I'm just that one. I experienced this
You
one
see role
feeling.
models.
Yes.
All right. Very
And
good.
that's being who he is. That's I believe the actors. That's
Very
how
good.
different.
Thank you very much. I like that already. And I believe he just mentioned a very important point, which I'm going to check with you when we come back, right, about that. And I like the fact you mentioned God, you mentioned teaching. So, my dear audience, today we're talking about film. However, the subject is a little stretched to cover some philosophical or conceptual area, which of course is highly related to film. Only people do not tend to think that way, all right? So, with my friend Evan Fu and Bruce Kelly, I'm having a good time because I feel starting to see some echo in this discussion, even though they are young, much younger than I am. So, we'll be right back after this very short break, please. Hello, dear folks. Welcome back to the discussion about films. I always tend to think about films are films, Hollywood is Hollywood. Films are filmed because it has its own territory, talking about the knowledge, the technology, and the making, the whole thing, right? Hollywood is a landmark. To me, it's a landmark, and it's another name of celebrities. Oh, here's Hollywood.
Yeah.
Here's Oscar. Something like that, right? Yeah, something like that. Okay. I don't care that much. I don't care that because I'm kind of like a little too stubborn to move around right now. With me today in a discussion about film, which is such a big subject, I'm having the pleasure of being joined by Mr. Bruce Kelly, Daniel Bruce Kelly, a promising young actor who is fond of acting all kinds of films, including action, including stunning, including romances.
Yeah, I actually do. I love romance.
Wow.
You know, I watch a lot of Chinese dramas.
All right, good. And also Mr. Kevin Fu, even though he does, like I said, something else for a living, but here's under the big title as my audiences.
My
right?
pleasure.
And audience is the one, is the king. While we all in the business, who all in the business, while we refer audiences as our kings and queens. Because they're the one buying, they're the one filling the box value, right? So that's one we serve. Now, when the king says they are there, he kind of recognized if you're talking about entertainment, there's always a corner you can't reach, right? So you do one, you forget two, you do three, forget five, all the way until you do 99, you're still leaving 1% behind. However, if you want to push something, you want to voice out for something, you believe what is right for our future generation, we do convince the fact that there is always a chance to learn from a film. As an actor, director, and a producer, how do you take that, please? I'm not saying that you want to do my way or his way or my way. I'm saying that, do you agree? Why? Do you not agree? Why? And what do you want to do? Something like that. In other words, is watching film a chance to learn, or is a chance to laugh? That's it.
You know what? It's a combination of both. You know, I love those movies where I can just laugh, but I feel like it should be a combination of both. I mean, a lot of the ways that people learn nowadays is through media, through you know, entertainment, you know, through film. You know, some of these third world countries, the only education that they get is from TV or from their phones or something like that. So I think it's a combination of both. You know, I love to be educated, but I love to laugh at the same time. So if you can mix the two, I mean, that's a great combination.
That's a right take. That's a great take. You don't want to laugh for like say 120 minutes, and later you don't remember anything with a laugh. What have I been laughing for? I don't know. Right? I don't remember. You don't want to do that.
No.
Or you don't want to sit there crying for 120 minutes.
Yeah.
What? In the end, you lost your eyesight. Okay? You don't want to do that. Okay. Now, combination is the way.
Yeah.
But he kind of picked up one thing. The essence is that you really want to learn from films. Okay, now I'll give you an example. Probably you can, if later you want to do something, you can tell your student when you are my age. Okay, now, in China, university education, the first university of China was established only in 1900 with the revolution, right? Before that, there is no anniversary. There is no school taught, only tutor taught. Okay, family kind of a setting, tutor travels around, family to family to teach. Okay, now, to the general public, how are they teaching people? You don't want to know. Through operas. Jingju,
Yes.
remember?
Yes.
Jingju. And those Jingju, those operas, Beijing opera, was the instrumental in functioning as educating the general public. If you do not know the term of patriotism, I have an opera for you that exactly tells a story of a patriotism, something like that. Yeah. Okay. If you do not know what is a loyal love relationship, right? You don't have to be necessarily knowing the term of loyal love devotion, or something like that. We have a opera for you. We have a story for you, right? On and on and on and on, and you have lots of them. They function as the educational instrument through the building of the Chinese culture. That's my take. Okay. In Hollywood, do you think, as a young actor / director, we shall do the same or similar?
You know what? I think the same. I think it's coming back. You know, when you look at the history of even the theater actually started in the church. You know, a lot of these operas, theaters, they started in the church, and it's very, very deep. But I would totally agree. I mean, I think that it's needed, you know.
It is needed, right? So Evan, how do you comment about my take of Beijing opera being the instrumental function to the building of the Chinese culture?
Well, I'm not a Beijing opera fan, but I do watch it with my grandma. Yeah. Well, basically, how it affects my my childhood is definitely I don't know how to like say it. I don't know it. However, the story basically I heard from my grandma. They will when we watching it, right? My grandma will kind of give the introduction. See what's the story happen. You know, that kind of affect me a lot. Actually, that's bring me the culture. Yeah, definitely the story culture, like who I am. Like, oh, you're Chinese, so the Chinese, where's the Chinese like image from? It's from that. Yeah, I think that's really bring a whole lot like impact to this our generation. Yeah, I don't know about the younger, but my generation, yes.
And it did one time, and it is still functioning that way, and it will function that way by logic, because you don't want your people, hundreds of them, get together under one roof 1 hour and a half or 2 hours for doing nothing.
Yeah.
Just the popcorns and the soda, that's it. So, like, you have better place to do popcorns and soda, right? So you want to use that. I'm glad that you mentioned God. You mentioning God. Well, speaking of being a Christian, I take myself, my being of a Christian is always an opportunity of learning, of shaping myself.
Amen.
The whole process, I don't know how long it will take. You should take as long as my lifetime. I know I'm shaping by learning. Learning, shaping, learning, shaping. So now, if somebody would put this spirit, you don't have to read a Bible in the film, but you can put the essence into your story.
Exactly.
And that functions the same as reading a Bible.
Exactly.
Am I right?
You are completely right. I mean, I totally agree with that. I mean, some people don't even have Bibles. You know, there's countries that don't have Bibles that are struggling just trying to, find some pieces of the Bible to put together. So to be able to see that on the film, I mean, that's excellent. I mean, you can communicate the Bible in different ways. I mean, it doesn't just have to be through the Bible studies. It doesn't just have to be in church.
Exactly. Especially, I hope I'm not scaring you. I'm frightening you.
Oh, no.
I'm not. I'm not scaring you because you're too young. I have to be responsible. Anyway. I'm not trying to scare you.
No.
All right. I just want to make sure that people, my audiences over there, understand the importance of the subject.
Absolutely.
The subject being, especially at this moment, at a time when all kinds of religions are mixed, are kind of messed up.
Of course.
Right? So you don't want to say too much about Christianity. You don't want to say anything too much about Hinduism. You don't want to emphasize on Islamic, right? So religion, they work together for the common sense, for the commonwealth, for human race, right? Now, instead of reading a Bible, instead of reading a Quran, instead of reading anything, right? You watch a story.
Yeah.
That's a beautiful way to go.
Yeah.
Don't you think so?
That's right.
That's a beautiful way to go. And especially at a time when our court system recognizes same-sex marriage, people get confused.
All the time.
People get totally confused. I believe it is our film to tell people what is right, what is wrong.
That's right.
Agree with me, my
Yes.
audiences? If you do, write to me, to my email at the bottom of the screen. You can see that, right? jack@edimediainc.com. Or if you do not agree with me, okay, still write to me. The same email address, all right? I promise I will look either way, right? So, and I'll get back to you, right? So let's take a very short moment now. When we come back, we want to put everything together. We want to hear from these two young men how they can help, because we rely upon them for our future, right? It is incumbent in them for our future, right? Not me. I'm going to go out, all right? So stay with us. We'll be right back, please. Hello, my dear audiences, my lovely audiences, my dear fellow Americans. Welcome back to the show talking about American film represented by Hollywood films. So Hollywood film Hollywood, they tend to be one thing, but here at this show, I kind of commend we separate them. We talk about films, we talk about Hollywood. They are orange and an apple, different things, right? So. With me today, my two wonderful guests. We have Evan Poo. He is a wonderful audience. He plays a wonderful audience today quite so well, because all I need is an average Joe. An average Joe being an average audience is who would give their take about films. And I'm so glad, so lucky that I picked up the one that, that we echo a lot for that, okay? I give you both thumbs up.
Thanks.
And next to him is my new friend, Mr. Kelly. Mr. Kelly, Daniel Bruce Kelly, is a uprising star, right? I'm in the business for so long, right? I can tell within 5 minutes into a conversation and about something inside, okay? I can tell you I like your eyes already. Okay, they sparkle like that.
Thank you.
That's the kind of eye that directors will want. You don't want like eyes like a dead sheep.
Absolutely.
Yeah, right. So I call them the dead sheep eye.
Oh, that's
All
funny.
right, now, okay. Anyway, with Mr. Kelly, I'm ready to hear, and with Mr. Fu, I'm ready to hear about how they think about. We shall put all the discussion together into our filmmaking, since he is doing a production company called Wait For.
Yes.
Wait For. In waiting for, what shall we expect? Like I said, dear young man, I would say quote unquote, I say it with lots and lots of emotion in it, dear young man, our future is incumbent on you.
Yeah.
Right? Because you shall take over. Right? So we're talking about the fact we wanted to use the film to push up human civilization.
Absolutely.
Right? There are wars, there are drugs, there are wrongdoings, there are criminalities, there are everything. Right? The only thing that now, by law, U.S. law, the government cannot do media. All right? Okay. What else can do? Right? And we want to start film for function. Okay. Your comment, please. I really want to be scratched on the back. So please, your comment about what we shall do with the film in the future.
I think, financing. I think a lot of financing helps a lot, because I know there's a lot of Chinese and foreign investors. They're looking for the right, production companies to invest in. But I think it takes a lot of discernment to know what money to put in to which company. Because not every company is a good company, right?
You're right.
So I think the money has a major plays a major role in the expansion of just the Hollywood and the entertainment industry.
That probably exactly goes to you. When you handle your money, though, probably you want to think about their way, since they are waiting for. Wait for, right?
Yes.
Yeah, definitely. Daniel,
Yeah.
he's my friend, and we share a lot. Well, today I'm an audience. So from the audience, what I will give the comment is, I don't know, I believe there must be like a movie people, Chinese, American, right? And from my heart, and also Daniel, we talked about last time we were together. And I think in the future, really, and Chinese need to know more about American, the true America. Yeah, because Hollywood, because I always telling my friends who just came from China, they think American is like Hollywood, in the movie. But the truth is not, because I used to live in like West Virginia, like American countryside. Their people is totally different from the movie.
Good.
So from my heart, like an audience, I would say, Chinese, like we need to know the true American culture. Also, as an American, I have so many American friends. They need to know about Chinese, the true Chinese,
Good.
not just on the movie. Because a lot of times the things on the movie is not real. It's not real.
You're right.
But that's what we need. We need to know each other better. Yeah, that's my comment.
All right, that's very good comment. And you comment about that? What we want to do?
I mean, to kind of piggyback off of what he said, we had a deep discussion about this.
That's right.
I mean, I would love to see the bridge, you know, the gap be connected between the American culture as well as Chinese. I mean, number one, you see that they're two world powers. I mean, you don't have to be a genius to know that if you bring these two countries together, you know, you solve world peace. You know, you bring world peace. So, I mean, to be able to cross cultures, you know, through way of film, entertainment, you know, I think that's excellent. I mean, you know, I definitely feel like there needs to be more diversity in films, and American films as well as Chinese films.
Good. That's very good. That's very good. And you remind me when coming near to. I'm gonna send an invitation for you guys to come to the Chinese American Film Festival when we're celebrating the 13th anniversary. I really like your take, because at the Chinese American Film Festival, we promote the kind of quote-unquote marriage, rhetorical marriage of the two countries in terms of filmmaking. Right, good. I like that. And he mentioned that it is a fact that American audiences know China through films. Yet those films are at least not doing a good job in depicting Chinese people and the Chinese life, and vice versa. We do the same way for the Chinese to look at the Americans. Oh, that's the American way? As a matter of fact, no, that's the Hollywood. That's the Hollywood way.
That's Hollywood.
That's Hollywood way, right?
Old Hollywood.
So old Hollywood way. And now, who can do the job? The filmmakers. And how the filmmakers can do the job? Money.
Yeah.
So
it's true.
see, goes back to you. All right, money, right? And the best proverb I learned about English is that if you can't find it, follow the money. If you can't do it, follow the money. So we encourage our investors to go this way, to put your money in the basket. Oh, he especially mentioned that make sure you find the right basket, such as wait for. Right, good. To do the right thing, because that has a future there. Exactly. That future there. All right. Now with the money put in the right basket, with the understanding that we shared about with our audience for the previous segments, I believe we have lots of good things to wait for.
Yes.
Am I right?
You're absolutely right. I mean, this is a great way to communicate to the audience, to communicate to Chinese audience as well as American audience, things that need to take place. I mean, this is just the first step.
Yes.
You know, my audience is so lovely. Sometimes when I can't write back emails one by one, right? What I want to do, if I want to say something generally to the public, I will say it here, because they get it right away.
That's right.
You have any recommendations or whatever ways or takes about how films can, number one, let films go film way, not Hollywood way. Then number two, let Chinese films and American film get together. Let's do human films. How about that?
I agree.
That's good.
Films,
That's
right?
good.
Okay,
Yes.
very good. Okay, today in talking about human films, I have the pleasure to be joined by Mr. Fu and Mr. Kelly. Mr. Fu, even though doing successfully one big business, huge business, that I even think about he may end up investing someday.
Yes.
He is in the audience himself, playing a big role as audience. From the audience, we learned the information about the general take, the average Joe and the average Sue take about films, right? And from Mr. Kelly, we understand that we have a bright future because our young men are bright. They are kind of like working towards the right goal, the right way, in the right way, okay, with the necessary money, and then they will do the job, right? So thank you very much for watching, my dear audiences, and thank you both very much for sharing the thoughts.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jack.
谢谢你们。